Here we are. Here we are, and here we go. We're doing some logic puzzles today. It is Saturday, April 4th. Let's get it. We have the field ones coming up. This could be hard. 3 out of 5. And let's see if I can make it one bigger, because that's a small grid. Very concerning grid, just based on how small it is. Let's get some of the easy ones in here. We have some stuff going on here. We have a 20 here. Yikes. The 2's got to escape. These blues have to escape. This blue has to escape. Oh, these have to be green now because they're between two different 7s. So imagine. Alright, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, possibly 5, 6, 7, 8, and these two, of course, have to be blue to fit 10. Now we can't go 2 greens to the left here. That would block off the blue. So we have 1, 2, 3 at maximum. Sorry, 4, 5. Blue has to escape. So that means, oh, and this is 2 different greens. So they cannot connect. So that connects. This should be 10. Perfect. Green's got to escape twice. Blue's got to escape. Tell me more. So this, the green could go here, but it can't go any further. So that means we at least have this one. Blue's got to escape. One, 2, 3, 4. Yes, very exciting actually, this one. The 4 can't reach this. The 10 can't reach it, so the 20 must reach this. I wouldn't be surprised if the blue came down here, honestly, but I don't want to guess. We're doing so well without guessing. Whether or not the blue 2 goes here or here, it will have to be next to a green, and this green cannot go in either of these spots. So that means these are both blue. That's green. Perfect. These are all green. This blue has to escape. That green's there. Blue. Blue's got to escape. The green cannot go there. It would break the 5, so that's blue. This is green. The blue's got to escape. Perfect. It lines up perfectly with the 5, so let's block that one in. Green's got to escape all the way out there. Blue's got to escape. Blue's got to escape. Okay. Tell me more. This has to be green. This has to be blue. This has to be the 20. Okay, so this has to be the 20. What else could it be? It can't go this way because of, it could go this way, could it not? We have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Of course it could. It could even go farther down so that the 4 has plenty of room. So we don't know that much about that one yet. I wonder if the 20 makes a loop, right? Because we have 6 plus 6 is 12 plus 4 plus 4. I have a feeling the 20 makes a perfect loop here. I'm almost tempted to lock it in because I feel like they would put a perfect loop in. And it doesn't immediately throw any red flags because this could be green to close the 3. These two could be blue. The blue could go all the way over here. The 10 could handle what the business it needs to over here. Yeah, I have a feeling it's a big circle, but let's see if we can prove it. So the 5 must go here, right? How else could the 5 escape? You only have 4 here, so it must be here. And the 3 could be here, but even so, it must be there. This is a big puzzle, but we're chipping away. This must be blue, because you can't have the 3 and the 20 touching. If this was green, or if this was blue, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 already. That would be tough to swing. So I think it's green. I do think it's green, and we can fill that all in. This must be blue. We have 6 here, so we can't connect it to this one. That would make it 8. That would be something like this. The green's got to... No, what was that? I clicked 1. That's crazy. Green's got to escape. Blue's got to escape. Green's got to escape. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to connect it. Okay. This has to be blue. Yeah, I mean, I'm still really liking the circle. In fact, it's a triple circle. Let me see if I can't envision it before committing. Because the 20 could surround a 12, could surround the 4. This would be green, or blue. This would be blue. It would go around here. Yeah, I really think that's what's going to happen. In fact, alright, so let me just put this here, okay? And see if we can't solve the bottom. Oh. Hold on. So this would have to be here. Of course it could go here. Yeah, it sure could. What a beautiful thing. Yeah, wow, okay. Look at that. Look at that beautiful QR code. Bullseye. You know, I think that was... I'm sure there was logic to be found. However, the idea was so compelling that I was willing to take an educated-ish guess to see if it was possible down here. Because if you consider it a square, it really limits the options down here. So whether or not it was correct, it would be easy to find out. 8 minutes, 19 seconds. That's a perfect game. Let's get into stars. I am not as happy about this. If this one was here, oh, you could still have that. Okay, so that's possible. If this one was here, it would be impossible. So that's wrong. Good, so now we know that. Okay. We have 3 of 4. We have this one, and this one only take up the left 4 columns, but that doesn't give us quite enough. We do know that 1 is in here, or 2. 1 or 2 is in here. So that means 1 or 0 is in here. So 1 must be in this area. Doesn't give us enough to work with, in my opinion. If this was here, oh, of course, it doesn't matter. If this was here, still doesn't matter. And if this was here, it still doesn't matter. So what about this one? If this is here, let's take a look, because this is symmetrical. Let's say 1 is in this corner. That means, very interesting. Okay, check this out. If 1's in this corner, oh, it could be here, actually. And it wouldn't be here. So 1 would have to be here. Maybe that's still just possible. Okay, I thought it was a little bit more limiting than all that. Oh, 1 can't be here. It would limit that too much, and similarly on the other side. So it's here. Can we limit this one? I don't think so. That would be nice. If we could, then we would require, there are 2 in here, and we would require 2 somewhere over here. So we could limit those. Oh man, okay. Can't do that yet. So we're limited here. That means no matter what, no matter how these are arranged, these 2 are not possible. I think that's for sure. So we can't have 1 here, because this would limit all 3 of those. That doesn't make sense to me. In fact, similarly to down here, we can actually limit, we can limit these 2. Oh, cool. It's creating the shapes over and over and over again. What a fun, I love this puzzle. Right, so we're looking at shapes that are like these, right? 4 on the bottom, 2 across. We use that to make another shape that was 4 on the bottom, 2 across. We use that to make another shape which was 4 at the bottom, 2 across. Which we made another shape that was 4 at the bottom, 2 across. Which we made another shape that was 4 at the bottom, 2 across. And that one we can get something out of because we're required to be right here. What a beautiful solution. These 2 are guaranteed, so it's not this one. We know that makes this one the only way to fit a second one in there. We also can see over here that it's not this, so it is this. Wow, very elegant. We're not done yet though. We're not out of the woods. And in fact, this one was part of it. I was trying to rule it out before, but we didn't need to. Let's take a look at here. No matter which one it is here, it's one of these 2. And so that can be ruled out. Just got a message. Don't worry, it's for me. Over here, no matter which one we have in these 3, it's going to be in one of these 2, so we can rule this out. Yeah, really happy with that solution. Okay, Tell me more. It's in one of these two. We're in one of these two. Ah. Nope. I was gonna say, if we're here, let's do our sparkling. This is called the twinkle technique. If we're here, it's not there. So one would have to be here, which is that. I don't think that actually does any restrictions. One would be here. One is already here, so it's not there, so it's here, so it's not there, so it's here. And we're getting into guess territory now. These have to be here. Oh, it could be here. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's just too much. I want to find the logic. I'll try that one later. There's a sparkling. See how it sparkles? Twinkles? I do want to find something more concrete than that, because I think there is one. I think there is something. So... check this out. Imagine this was here. It would rule out these, and it would require this one, right, for this shape, which would rule out these, and there wouldn't be enough space. So we can actually rule out this one, require this one, and that gives us a little more to work with. Up here, it gives us this one, because we have one over in these three. So we can rule out this. Okay, that was helpful. We have two here, so one's there. I want to say that puts one here, but it doesn't necessarily. In this vertical, we have two here and one single on their own there. So that is one for sure. There's one here and here, so it rules out this one. Okay. Challenging puzzle. One is here. I'd love to rule out this one, but I fear we don't have nearly enough information. Oh, this one is ruled out. Okay, cool. That was probably staring at me for a while. And because there are four here, we can rule out the adjacent four. And we know that two are in this So we can actually rule out the rest of that column. And we can force this one, which is great. That one forces, or it closes out the rest of the row, so this one is right. Forces out the rest of the column. We are looking at the end in sight. Now here, we have one here for sure and one over here. This one, we have 2 spots, or 3 spots, so it's there. Okay. Okay, good. We're very close. One of this has to be in these 3. So that rolls like this one. So one's here. So in this row, one's here and one's here. In this row, one's here. So it's actually none of those 3. And row-wise, that can roll out this. That fills the region, so this is here. Okay. Interesting. So this one, there's 1 in the 4th from the bottom row here. That means there's 1 in the 3rd from the bottom row, so it's actually not here. And this is shaping up very nicely. Okay, this we didn't do, so that's here. And we know one's here. Oops, sorry. No one's there, so it's not in either of these. So that solves this. We need this one to be correct. This one is excluded. That one's right. That one's right. Where? And up here. Okay, 13 minutes, 12 seconds. That was a good game. I love the initial tactic with making a bunch of these sort of short, stumpy U's, but that didn't get us all the way. We had to find a few more things to make the puzzle complete, and it is. Let's hop right on over to Clues by Sam and hope that we don't make any mistakes at all. John says, exactly 2 innocents below Betty are neighboring Zola. Betty's here. Zola is here. 2 innocents below Betty. There are only 2 below Betty that neighbor Zola, so it's Rose and Zola. Or sorry, Rose and Wally are innocent. Done. 2 of Isha's up here. 2 of Isha's neighbors in row 1 are innocent. Isha only has 2 neighbors in row 1, so Betty and Frida are innocent. There's an equal number of innocents in rows 2 and 4. Good, we currently have that, but that says nothing. Only 1 of the 2 criminals neighboring Zola is in row 4. So 1 criminal here, and Ziad is another criminal. Perfect. I'm new to this puzzle. Is this supposed to be a hard one? It hasn't been too hard yet. Only 1 of the 3 criminals neighboring Logan is Penny's neighbor. Penny. Well, they have 2 neighbors in common. That's Rose and Keith. And one of them is innocent, and the other one, there's one that's a criminal. So I think Keith is a criminal. Okay, 1 of 3 neighbors. 3 criminals neighboring Logan. Logan has 3 neighboring. There are more innocents in row 1 than row 2. Okay. So Logan. Sorry, there are more innocents in row 1 than 2. So there's at least one criminal in row 2. Only one of the 3 criminals. Logan has 3 criminals. One is here. So this is interesting. There's definitely one here. Okay, I have to do some thinking, because I know there's a relationship here. I'm trying to interpret it all. More innocents in row 1 than row 2. Equal number of innocents, 2 and 4. So there's 1 criminal so far in row 2. There's 1 criminal. Oh, which makes sense. That's possible. Only one of the 3 criminals neighboring Logan is Penny's neighbor. So we have 1 here. Logan has 2 more. Check this out. If there were 2 criminals in row 2, Penny would have to be a criminal because they have the same number, but that would be a total of 4. So there's only 1 criminal in row 2. And that means all 4, there are 4 innocents up here in row 1 because they have no criminals, they have 1 criminal, right? There needs to be more innocents. So that's good. We know that. Yes. And we know from what we were saying, if Penny was a criminal, we could have criminal. No. If Penny was a criminal, there would definitely be 2 up here. And that would be 4 total criminals. So Penny is innocent. So there is certainly 1 criminal here. And Nala, if Samira is a criminal, Nala is innocent. So, and the other way around. Because we get 1 criminal from Keith for Logan, 1 from row 2, and we need 1 more in total. Yeah, okay, I'll keep this just to remind me that there's 1 up here. 2 of the 3 painters have an innocent directly to the left of them. So we have 3 painters here. 2 of the 3 have innocents to the left. It can't both Olaf and Uma can't have innocence because we just determined that these are 1 and 1. So that means Nala has an innocent to the left, so Logan is innocent. Okay. Logan says only 1 of the 2 guards has exactly 3 criminal neighbors. We have a guard here and a guard here. Okay, so Keith cannot have 3 criminal neighbors. We only have 2 possible. So that means Rose must have 3 criminal neighbors. Only 1 is available here, so both Zola and Vince are criminals. That's crazy. Just kidding. Oh my god. We have 1 here. How was this correct? How was this correct? How did I have enough information for Zola? Because I just said exactly 3. We have 1 here, we have 2 here. So how would we have known that Zola... I'm actually really unhappy about that. Well, let's check up here. That would have been just a lucky guess. There's an odd number of innocents neighboring Zyad, and yes, we have 1 here. So this one was criminal, and we know that we have 1 criminal for Rose here, 1 and 1, so that's 3, so Vince is innocent. We got so lucky with Zola. I'm not happy about that. Odd number, innocent, yep. Okay. Equal number of innocents in row 2 and 4. And we knew that. We only have 1 criminal up here. Only 1 person has... Only 1 person... Alright, this is crazy. Only 1 person has only 1 innocent neighbor. And that's Zyad. Zyad has an innocent neighbor here. Wait a sec. Hold on, before I really try and figure that one out, let me just make sure. Yeah, we can get rid of this because we know it from here. Equal number of innocents in rows 2 and 4. Zyad says, only 1 of the 3 criminals neighboring Logan, 1, 2, 2, and there's 1 up here, is Penny's neighbor. Alright, let's see what Vince has to say for real. Only 1 person has only 1 innocent neighbor. Zyad is the 1 person that has 1 innocent neighbor. Who else were we even considering? Uma? Let's say Uma was criminal and Samira was innocent and Nala was a criminal. In this case, Olaf would have to be criminal, or else, Olaf would have to be innocent because otherwise Uma would only have 1 innocent neighbor. If Uma was innocent, Samir was criminal. Oh no. And Nala was innocent. Uma would still... Oh, sorry. Yes. Olaf would have to be innocent in that case too, so that Uma doesn't have. I think Olaf is innocent. Yeah. Exactly. And everyone else is guaranteed to have more than 1 innocent neighbor. So we can get rid of this. Olaf says there's an odd number of criminals above Zola. So we have 1 criminal here. That means Ivan is innocent. And it's a 1 and 1 over here. There's an odd number of criminals neighboring Olaf. So it's 1 criminal and 2 innocents. Okay. Ghani has exactly 4 innocent neighbors. Ghani currently has 3. Habiba is innocent. Ghani is criminal. Okay. Very happy with the puzzle overall. However, I lucked out. I mean, here's the thing. I did luck out on Zola. However, if Zola didn't happen to have another clue that made my guess correct, then I would have gotten pinged for Zola, right? So I was guaranteed, with my mistake, I was guaranteed to be pinged once. And I did get pinged once, so I wasn't punished any less, or more or less than I would have. And I think that Alex's clue, there's an odd number of innocents neighboring Zayad, because we had the 1-in-1 pair between Samira and Uma, was easily, if we'd seen it, we would have immediately gotten that Zola was a criminal. So I think we were rightfully pinged, or dinged rather, for our mistake, but I don't think it really got us ahead in the puzzle, our lucky guess with Zola. That was one step away, we would have gotten that. So, yeah. Say what you will. Say what you will. Whew. I am yawning up a storm out here. But anyway, what a fun puzzle. Some good ones for Saturday. Tomorrow's going to be tough, I'm sure. Doing the Sundays. At least from the puzzle side, maybe the crosswords will be okay. But anyway, super fun. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope these puzzles went well for you. And I will see you in the next one. All right, peace.